Hello everyone and welcome back to Oakhill. So we're here on another fine day. It's still early summer. We're 2 o'clock in the afternoon. In actual fact, I can put that time down now. I know I said I was going to start the next episode with finding out how much that we were going to make from the BGA. However, there was too much opportunity to cut that grass again. So I'm doing a couple more contracts, and I have done a couple more contracts. So we're just going to finish this one off on field 68. So let's hop back in. Now, these contracts aren't very lucrative, but the fields aren't very big either. But as you can see, the money has gone down just a little bit. Well, it was actually less than that a few moments ago, but we'll explain. So once I've done another lap of this field, then we can let the worker take over. Then we can just jump back to the farm into the class, and I can show you exactly what I've done. Because a few things have changed in just a few hours. I've set a few things up for us, and hopefully if it all goes to plan, we'll have another lucrative income overnight. That is that we're doing silage again. Sorry about that. However, I'm not baling it this time, but we'll explain when we jump over. So let's just get this little bit finished here, and let's get this guy set off. Or gal. They can just get set off there. So let's just jump back to the yard. So as you can see, I've mowed these fields here, 51 and 52. That's all ready to be collected, nice dry grass. And what I've done is I have removed this building that was here, and I've replaced it with a bunker. Now the bunker cost 18,000. It's messed up the floor a little bit, but you know, we can just smooth that over. For some reason I couldn't get rid of these. They didn't want to go. Definitely not. So they didn't want to go. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to get ourselves a loading wagon. And I'll do that with the class just because it has higher horsepower. And we'll pick up all this grass and we'll pop it into the bunker. So that's the plan for this part of the morning anyway. Now the reason I'm going to use the class is because it's a little bit more powerful. I know we're teetering on 2 hours, so I'm going to get charged a little bit more. Which probably am, but it doesn't really matter too much because we've got income coming in from the silage we sold yesterday, and we'll have income coming from the silage from this field as well. So I think I'll just go for something relatively small. The class can take it, so let's go for the Pottinger Faro 4010D. It's relatively low cost to lease. All the other ones were probably... They were a higher capacity with higher horsepower, but they wanted about 6,000 or 7,000 to lease them. The bunker's really close to the field, so I don't mind doing a few trips. So let's just lease that for today. Now with regards to contracts, if we get ourselves to the map, so I completed contracts on field 45. Just here, that's its first application. Then field 66, that's its last application. Hopefully there'll be a nice harvesting contract on that when it comes to the time. 65, 64, it's second, and then 68 here, which is it's pretty much finished now. Wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't already finished. Yeah, there you go. So that's another 3,801. So that's just paid for the lease of the loading wagon. So we'll leave that guy to finish and we'll jump into the class. I'm out of fertiliser now. I just used the rest of what we had here at the shop for putting back into our spreader, and I took it to field 68. So whatever's left in the spreader is everything that we have left before we need to buy more fertiliser. Is finished, so he can just stay there just for a second. And And we'll take this through and hopefully this works. Now it's a little bit sporadic because I set Courseplay up to do this field and it just went around the boundary of the field. It didn't actually go onto the texture grass. So I mowed just a little bit that I thought was going to be relevant. And that's why there's a thin strip next to us on the left there as well. So this seems to be doing quite well so far. And at the end we can add up how much we've got, because I did 10,000 litre bales at the BGA. There was actually one 4,000 litre bale, but the rest were 10,000, so that was 124,000 litres we got off these last two fields last time. So it'll be easy for us to see if we get any more now that they're actually fertilised, and we can see if it actually makes any difference and whether the effort we've put into fertilising it was worth it or not. And hopefully that bunker's easy to get in and out. It was one of those placeables that would only do like 90 degrees, so like you could only flip it horizontally and vertically, you couldn't rotate it very well. But that's okay, because we should be able to get in and out. We haven't got anything, we haven't got a massive setup going on. Let's just dump this first before we go back over. Okay. I want to get nice and level. Can do 2 strips here. I don't want to go too much to the edge too soon. I'd rather sort of dump it all in the middle. There we go. I'm sorry if you can hear a squeaking as well. My controller is squeaking when I press the throttle. Okay, that looks good. And thanks to everyone that watched the Ravensburg episode. I recorded my last Oakhill at the same day as the Ravensburg, so I didn't actually see any of the comments, but it's got a really good reception. I've been playing around on it for the last few days. My plan is to set up a big auto drive network, which I've been adding to, and which I will add to as the series goes along. So thanks everyone for your comments, and honestly it makes me really happy that people are going to be enjoying it or are looking forward to it. So thanks for those who commented or private messaged me. I'm going to put a lot of effort into that series, making sure that it's right and that we get everything done quite well and quickly, and I want to grow fast, like I said at the beginning, so I'll be putting one of those out a week, but I suppose if the demand is higher then we can always change the schedule, but for now just one a week is what I'll aim for. Quality, not quantity. Well, hopefully everything I do is quality anyway. Hopefully. Let's just grab this little bit one before we head on down. There we go. It's hard to tell yet whether this is going to yield better than it did before. It's difficult to say. Let's make sure we not miss too much, otherwise we'll end up with those random pieces dotted about. That looks like a better angle. I never see that aeroplane. I can hear it, but I can't see it. I wonder if it's beyond the clouds. So let's go in from this side. this time. Let's alternate, and then we can compact as we go, but I might go and get the Deere and do some compaction with that so I can set it to one side. Let's hop into the Deere and then bring that back. I really have no idea where I am. I don't know what happened to the menu then. So, pretty much straight on to the main road from here. Can I get out through this little gap? No, this is not the gap. No. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at directions. Right, let's just stop and think about this. Which direction am I facing? I'm facing the direction I need to go, so let's head down to this bit of the field. He's actually got a bit of fertiliser left. I suppose I could have taken on another contract, but I want to get this back and I want to put some, get the weight on it and put some bigger wheels on it for easier compaction. We can always add the fertilising contracts later. I need to check whether field 18 has actually grown a bit as well, because I know that doesn't have its last application on, so I can check that too. It's just heavy. Really need to smooth that out there. Right, so let's just put this to one side, get the weight on. Is it really worth it? Let's just go for that. Oh, there we go. So now we've got a bunch of weight on the front and the back. So let's see how this performs for compacting. There we go. Look at that. It's moving quite quickly. Let's get the menu up. I'm not sure really how we've... Oh no, we haven't lost any, have we? I thought that we'd done 2 full loads, but that first load wasn't quite full, was it? I was worried then. I was like, I'm sure that our load is about 26,000, so we should have 52, but no, we wouldn't, would we? Seems to be compacting quite quickly. I tend to like to go over it a little bit slower, just so that it gives it time to shift over. If we get it nice and flat every two loads, we shouldn't have a problem. And we're far enough in that it's not going to spill out at the edges as well, because I just don't have a bucket at the moment to sort that out. So I'll just try to keep it within the hazards. And the good thing about compacting as you go along is that you don't have a massive pile to then flatten right at the end, because it will take forever to compact, as most of you are probably aware already. I'm sorry I might sound a little bit croaky today as well. It's the hay fever's playing up this morning. As most of you are aware, I do record early in the morning these videos. It'll just take me a little bit of time to get going, that's all. So without much effort at all, we're on nearly 80%. Very easy. There we go, 100. Let's just pop that there. Let's get back into the Axion. There's really not much more to pick up on this field. I'm hoping that the yield is going to be higher, because it'll all be money in the bank by the time it's fermented tomorrow. And this is second cut, by the way, so second cut early summer. That's not bad going, because I might even get a third cut if the weather stays quite nice, hopefully, fingers crossed. In actual fact, we can take a look at the weather just now. We've got rain coming tomorrow. I know, but it said that last time. I'm sure on the first episode I got these cut and baled before it was raining, and then I skipped overnight and it never rained. Changed its mind at the last minute. There we go. Almost done. It didn't actually make any difference me turning that off just now. It still went slow up the hill. This hill's a lot steeper than you think. It'll be another good reason to get rid of these fields at some point and go for something flatter, because it'll make doing the job a lot more quicker and stress-free. And it'd be easier for you guys to watch as well, I suppose, because 4 miles an hour going up a hill when you're mowing or collecting forage, it's not good. So we can have a look now how much we got off of that field. I'm just going to kind of dump that in a little pile there, so we can finish it off with the next one. So that field, 58,460 litres of chaff, or silage grass. So that means if we took 123,000 last time with the bales, yeah, we're going to need at least 70 off this next field. Challenge accepted. Let's hop in. Oops. Sorry, I smashed the keyboard then and I didn't mean to. A bit overly excited. We'll come back for the bits that I didn't get after, to make sure that we do. And in a couple of days, it's not going to be long until harvest time, and I really haven't thought about exactly what I want to do about a harvester. We're going to have to spend some time doing some contracts. We're going to have to. Although the contracts that I did just before I came on and started talking to you guys did give us about £8,000. So we don't need a massive harvester. I'm sure we could lease something for that. But the plan is, I don't really want to start leasing everything though, but I don't think I've really got much choice, considering that these contracts and with seasons combined, we've not got much choice, have we? And there's going to be a really easy way to pick this silage up when it's done, is using the milling machine. That's an option. I've not used that for a long while. I mean, well, I did use it on Chellington, but that was over a month ago. So there we go. So we're full. I wonder why Causeway's still showing up on this field. How do you? Let's just get rid of the markers on that. I fear I may have come too close to this edge here, because I think it's going to come out the front. Hopefully the mod is so that it doesn't. That would be interesting. So let's dump this bit here. Oh, I forgot about this end bit. Oh, and now I'm grounded. Oops. Okay, that's fine. I'm not. Okay. That's alright. One more down there and we can get compacting on that. I am conscious that I want to keep some silage as well. I've just been thinking, I think if we move on next year, I'm conscious that we're going to need some silage for some animals. I mean, I could do, but then we've got, okay, what we'll do is we'll aim for third cut and hope that works out. There we go. Second load from this field. Let's go in at the side here. So let's get this bit that we've done just now compacted. Honestly, don't mind doing this bit myself. I find it quite therapeutic, watching it all go from heaps to flat. I mean, I may have just, I got stuck, didn't I? But I went a bit over the board with that one, but hopefully it looks like the bunker's actually stopped it at the hazard, so we may be lucky enough to not have any overspill. That's what I'm anticipating anyway. But I'm not going to go too close just in case I jinx myself. Let's have a look at how much we've got so far. So we're 110 so far, not bad going. Not bad at all. The squeaking on my controller, I'm sorry if you can hear that. It's only just started doing that today. If you can't hear it, then ignore what I just said. I can't remember who this mod is by. I'll have to have a look it up for you. Okay, so there you go. I've just looked it up for you. It's Bunker Silo Set by Top Ace 888. Same modder who did Ravensburg, amongst many others, Minibun, etc. Very, very, very good mods. Nice and neat, so hopefully I can get off this without it spilling out the front. Oh yes. Right, so let's park him up here. Jump back into the class. Maybe another load in a bit, that would be quite nice. So even if we manage to get just 10,000 over at the BGA, I think that's probably about £3,000 worth. So at the moment for us, it's quite good, quite lucrative. I would not turn my nose up at that. And this might not be a conventional setup, but I don't really know what goes with what or what map. I just use what I think is going to be most practical at the time. So apologies for those that don't think Class and Pottinger would ever be paired up together. But Pottinger's quite happy. Yellow's a happy colour. And I think now, I feel like things are happening every day in game, so yeah, I want to make sure that every game and every episode, every game I play and every episode you watch, feels like we're progressing at some point. I don't just want to do things for the sake of doing things if it's not going to be benefit for the farm. We might not actually even get... Oh, dear. Another another full load. I didn't think that was... I thought we were going to at least fill it up again. But we're only 46%, so... fertilising the field and putting our effort into doing that may not seem like it's worked out that much better. We're on our last strip. I know last time I cut the field I went right to the edges, but really, like looking at the edges of these fields, I don't think it's going to give us that much more. In reality, it's not going to be that much more. It's not going to mean the difference between, you know, £500 on top of what we did before, or £10,000 on what we did before. Yeah, we're not going to get another full load. Well, that's fine. We'll just collect this last bit and then get it all compacted and covered. And the mowers performed nicely again. I do quite like those mowers. That setup's good. Right, so let's get this open. So we ended up with, look, 129. I fully fertilised the fields, and last time I cut it they weren't even fully fertilised, and we got 124,000 litres off it. And this time we've picked up 129. So realistically it's the difference between probably like £1,000. So I think that just goes to show, in this context, it probably wasn't much worth it. We should just let the grass to grow next time. I mean, I'm not going to plough it or anything like that, because otherwise we're not going to be able to get another cut, because I'll have to seed it again. But that's fine. Make sure I'm nearly done, but I just want to make sure it is all nice and flat and as smooth as it probably can be. I don't like these little peaks that tend to stick around in the middle. I think that looks generally quite good. And I think this bunker holds 500,000 litres. If this is 129,000, looks to be about a quarter full, almost. You maybe could squeeze in a little bit more with the top spare. So right, let's leave that as that and get this covered. And let's just park you there. Okay, so it is silage grass just now. We want it to become grass silage, so we're going to cover it and maybe leave it 24 hours, I think. There we go. And I wonder if that little bit over here... No, it got it. Got that little bit that was here as well. Very good. So what we'll do is next time I see you now is going to be tomorrow. I'll make sure to put up exactly what we made overnight from the BGA, like I did promise. And maybe I'll give this another fertilise, see what contracts are about tomorrow morning, and we will reconvene. Cool beans. Okay guys, as you can see, we made just over £30,000 from the silage bales last night. I think that's pretty decent going. As you can see, we've got these grass fields that have gone to their next growth stage, so they will need fertilising. Field 47 potentially might even be ready again, but I think we'll probably leave it just one more day. The canola's looking good. We'll have to check whether that's ready or not. It looks ready, but I know in seasons it always does, but it actually isn't. So we'll check that. We'll also check what contracts are available today. And also we'll check on the progress of the bunker silo as well. So yeah, lots more to come. Hopefully in the next few months we'll start seeing a bit more income, a bit more crops, get some more outside contract work done. But yeah, we'll leave that till next time. So if you've enjoyed yourself, just remember to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio.